Cold open. Picture this. On a rainy Tuesday, maintenance crew A requests access to a telecom closet for a fiber pole. An access badge is issued with a week-long window to make scheduling easier. 2 months later, an automated alert shows the closet door opened at night. The badge is still active. The badging record points to a contractor who finished weeks ago. The closet wasn't supposed to be left exposed, and now the building team is chasing logs, late invoices, and worried tenants. That week-long badge turned into a months-long problem.
Welcome back to Built, Wired, and Secured. I'm Alex Morgan. Today we're talking ephemeral access, how to grant it safely, how to verify it was used properly, and how to make sure temporary credentials don't become permanent liabilities. Quick scope note up front. We're focusing on governance, approval patterns, and acceptance tests, not product configuration or legal advice.
Joining me is Michael Harrington, Senior Property Manager with decades running commercial portfolios. Michael, thanks for being here.
Glad to be here, Alex. This is one of those operational problems that looks small until it isn't. From an operational standpoint, temporary access is where policies either help us or let us down.
Before we dive in, if you want the one-page Ephemeral Access Checklist and pre-approved notice templates we mentioned today, visit the Built, Wired, and Secured Resource Hub at GDS Technology. We'll point you there again at the end.
Segment 1. Approval and Scope. Michael, when a vendor or contractor asks for short-term access, who should be the arbiter on a typical commercial site? And how do we avoid over-granting privileges?
Start with role-based decision points. The person who requests access is not the person who should approve it. For most door or system access, the site operations lead approves the physical scope. The IT lead signs off on network or digital access, and a business owner, tenant or property manager, approves work that affects tenant spaces. Think of approvals as a small committee: request, operations approval, and stakeholder acknowledgement.
So multiple checkpoints, not a single sign-off. How about duration? What's your rule of thumb for a minimum viable window?
Minute by minute is overkill for most trades, but a week is often too long. I start with task-based durations: a 4-hour window for simple inspections, a 1-day window for small installs, and up to 3 business days for more complex fixes. Always attach a prescribed end time, not until finished. And add a hard expiration at the badge system level so it cannot be extended without reauthorization. Remember, what's convenient for scheduling can be inconvenient for security. That's fine until it fails.
You said attach a prescribed end time. In governance terms, do you recommend templates or pre-approved scopes for common trades?
Yes, pre-authorization templates save time and reduce ad hoc decisions. Have a set for electricians, low-voltage techs, HVAC, telecom, and cleaning crews. Each template lists allowed zones, maximum duration, required on-site supervision, and mandatory evidence items like signed logs or timestamped photos. The goal is repeatable decisions, not reinventing approval each time.
Great. Segment 2. Issuance and verification patterns. Talk to me about operational patterns that avoid lingering access: one-time credentials, dual control handoffs, and evidence capture.
Operationally, there are a few patterns that work across both physical and digital domains. First, one-time or single-use credentials. Credentials that expire on first use or after a tight time window make it hard for access to outlive the job. Second, dual control handoffs for sensitive zones. Someone from operations escorts the contractor in and out and signs a log. Third, capture simple evidence: a time-stamped photo of the cleared door post-work, a signed paper log or a short digital form, and a handover note to the tenant when work occurs inside their suite.
When you say evidence, some listeners might think you want heavy audits. What's lightweight but reliable?
Keep it lightweight. A photo of the contractor at the workstation with a timestamp, a short signed exit log with name and badge ID, and an automated system note showing badge issuance and expiration. That trio gives you a chain of evidence without paperwork piling up. If something looks off, you can pull those artifacts and act quickly.
What about tenant notifications? Tenants often want to know when trades are in their space or in shared areas.
Use heuristic notifications, pre-approved notices for planned work, and immediate message when someone will need access to tenant-adjacent zones, and an optional opt-out for non-intrusive tasks like hallway light replacement. Simple templates help. A short, heads up, scheduled work in your area on X date, expected impact, and who is the operations contact. It reduces surprise, and also creates a record that you informed the tenant.
Segment 3, revoke, demobilize, and audit. How do you make sure everything is cleaned up when a job ends?
Start with an acceptance test at job close. Before the contractor leaves, operations verifies credential revocation, confirms access points are secured, and completes a demobilization checklist. Keys returned, temporary badges deactivated, equipment removed, and a signed demobilization form from the contractor and the site lead. Then do a quick sampling audit within 48 hours. Check logs for any unexpected activity tied to that badge or access window. Small sampling catches the mistakes that slip through busy workflows.
What does a simple demobilization checklist look like in practice? Give me 3 items that must be on it.
3 musts. 1. Evidence that credentials were revoked in the system with timestamps. 2. Physical confirmation that temporary keys or cards were returned and accounted for. 3. A signed handoff note indicating the work is complete and any outstanding follow-ups. If you have any open items, they get explicitly assigned with owners and deadlines before the team leaves site.
Expert examples, 2 anonymized short cases. Give us a clean demobilization example, then one where revocation was missed and what you learned.
Clean example first. A telecom vendor did a weekend fiber pull. We used a 1-day access window, operations escorted them, and took a time-stamped closure photo of the telecom room door. The vendor signed the demobilization checklist, and we revoked the badge at 6 p.m. Sunday. Monday morning, we sampled the logs. No access after the revoke time. Smooth, tidy, 0 tenant impact. Lesson: simple templates and an escort make cleanup fast. The missed revocation example. A subcontractor was given a badge for a multi-day HVAC tune-up. Scheduling slipped, the badge remained active, and the subcontractor finished early and didn't return the badge. 3 weeks later, a night access alert shows that badge used. We had to scramble to identify who still had it, check footage, notify tenants, and update controls. Lesson: never assume return. Always verify revocation and use hard expirations tied to approval windows. What breaks if this goes down? Tenants feel this immediately.
Those are clear. As we wrap up, can you give listeners 3 immediate actions they can run this week to improve ephemeral access hygiene?
Sure. 1. Implement role-based approval templates for your 5 most common trades and commit to a maximum duration for each. 2. Require a demobilization checklist and evidence, time-stamped photo plus signed handover, before closing any access request. 3. Schedule a 48-hour sampling audit for recent access events and check for any badges that outlived their windows. Those 3 moves alone cut most of the recurring problems.
Excellent. Quick reminder, if you want the Ephemeral Access Checklist and pre-approved notice templates, visit the Built, Wired, and Secured Resource Hub at GDS Technology. There's a 1-page checklist that maps directly to the 3 actions Michael just mentioned.
And one last operational note. Build the habit into handovers. Make demobilization part of the job close, not an afterthought. It saves time and builds tenant trust.
That's it for today's episode. Thanks, Michael. Your field experience really brings the governance playbook to life. For everyone listening, remember, small, repeatable governance steps prevent a week-long badge from becoming a months-long headache. Built to last. Wired with intention. Secured for the real world.